So, here we are, my friends, back with another video. The same client that commissioned me for the Lemillion Jordan 1 came back and he now wants Demon Slayer. Shout out to you, big homie. So we're going to get it popping today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and by the way, my name is Sean, but the streets call me Color Me Fresh.
West Side!
Oh, so y'all thought y'all was just gonna get time lapse with some music and then some commentary after. No, y'all gonna hear this sweet sultry voice. So we're gonna dive straight in. I did a prep work off camera so we can just start painting. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get down a base coat of Tanjiro's blue. Then I'm gonna move on to do Nezuko's pink. And I'm only gonna do one layer for right now. I'll do the other ones later. But I typically only start with one layer just so I can see the colors next to each other. In the checkered pattern, I don't know why I do this to myself. It's pretty difficult to get patterns like this to go around like the front or back of a shoe. First two times I kind of just try to cut out the stencil and then just put the paper around the shoe, but that never works. I don't even know why I tried that. I had to individually take out each square and place them in a checkered pattern on the shoe. I airbrushed this off camera just because that's faster. And here we have the little checker pattern, and I'm gonna go in with the remaining base coats for both Tanjiro and Nezuko. Just looking at Tanjiro's design draft, as you can see, it's going to have his color palette with his outfit with the checker going around the front of the shoe. And then I decided to do a water breathing swoosh with the character on the outside and the character on the inside with his mask on the tongue tag. And I also want to figure out a way to incorporate his earring. I plan on doing something similar with Nezuko, but what I really want to do with Nezuko's shoe is I want to custom make the bamboo mouth guard that she keeps in her mouth. I don't even know if that's what you call it, but the little bamboo thing. I want to hand make that and use that as like a lace charm, but I do not know how I'm gonna do that yet. So when it comes time for that, I'm gonna have to do some experimentation. Now with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time for some character work. Now your boy gets asked a lot about different ways you can put characters on shoes. Now if you have not seen the video on that, my friend, well, you can check it out above. Go ahead, click it, player. Well, after you finish this video, of course, or open a new tab when you click that video if you can do that. I've also gotten questions about the stencil method. When you use like a vinyl cutter, if you make mistakes with the stencil, is it possible to fix it? And my friend, the answer is yes. For the sake of this video, I'm going to use a stencil. So what I did was I drew it digitally, I made an outline of it, and then I used my vinyl cutter to cut the stencil. But as you can see, the lines look terrible. I did that on purpose. I didn't airbrush it. I didn't seal it with the heat gun or anything like that. I just kind of blob paint on the lines. I wanted it to bleed. I kind of wanted it to look as bad as it possibly could, so I can show you guys that if you take time to learn different methods and you take time to study and learn to draw, you can pretty much fix anything.
This is Sparta!
Riding to the top, started from the floor. How we got up here, you don't need to know. Sniffing on an M, I need one of those. Sniffing on an M like I got a cold. Need to know, nah, you don't need to know. Need to know, nah, you don't need to know. How we got up here, you don't need to know. Hit me, but I keep you on a need to know. Came up from the bottom, started from the floor. Working 10 to 10 and a 10 to 4.
Now, I'm not the smartest person on earth, nor am I a mathematician, but isn't Shorty like, underage? And when I say underage, I mean not illegal. Yep. So she goes from cute, cuddly Hannah Montana to being shaped like Kim Kardashian, man. That's what you trying to tell me? Huh?
Riding to the top, started from the floor. How we got up here, you don't need to know. Sniffing on an M, I need one of those. Sniffing on an M like I got a cold. Need to know, nah, you don't need to know. Need to know, nah, you don't need to know. How we got up here, you don't need to know. Hit me, but I keep you on a need to know. 95, down on 95. Upside down to Charlotte just to see the guys. But I flex and I never lie. Keep the comments, but I let them slide. Dealt with the pain, whole lot of.
Now with the character work being done, like I was saying, one of y'all gotta agree with what I was thinking. She went from being shaped like Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy to being shaped like Thotimus Prime, the leader of the Thotobots. Who Who signed off on that, man? But what do I know? I'm just a simple sneaker artist. Now, before we move on to the base coats of Tanjiro's shoe and maybe the tongue tags, I might even do the laces as well. Let's look at a comparison of the finished portrait compared to the sloppy line work that I had before.
Yes! Randy Watson! That boy is good.
And so the key to that essentially is you learn to draw while you're painting, and it's just something you develop over time. Now, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do Tanjiro's base coats, and then I might do the tongue tag, and I'm thinking of doing rope laces. I have to dye Tanjiro's pair and then go back and dye Nezuko's. And then from there, I might be able to do the lace lock, but yeah. Any of you are wondering what part of customizing I hate the most, it's that So the stitching on the tongue tag was slightly crooked and things like that drive me crazy. So I had to cut it off and reattach it, paint the whole shoe, and I'm completely good, fam. I'm perfectly fine. And then get to this point and I just have a panic attack, bro. Every time. Here's the new stitching for the tongue tags, looking nice and crispy. And now it's time to move on to the dyeing of the laces. Same old, too thin with some paint mixture. Just make sure you get even coverage. Drain the excess. Then of course you gotta heat set these bad boys. We have reached the fun part, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the making of the lace accessory. Now, first thing, I got these tubes off of Amazon. I think they were like $5 or $6. The next step is sanding so I can get the paint to stick. And then from there, I found this little thin rope, this leather. I got this on Amazon as well. I tried to super glue it, doesn't work too well. I ended up scrapping this and went with some flat leather. I cut out some little thin strips. This worked a little bit better, but it wasn't really to my liking. I ended up also trying to hot glue it. That didn't work as well either. I went to the garage, found these little rubber stoppers in my toolbox, and I ended up using these. This is the updated final lace accessory compared to the old ones. And I actually really like this one a lot more. So again, a lot of this stuff is trial and error. Just try some stuff until you get it right.
Now your boy keeps an assortment of leathers on him at all times for situations like this. So I'm gonna make Tanjiro's earring out of some leather, playboy. And all I'm gonna do is
boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
Now, before we look at the kicks, shout out to my Patreon pledges. You guys are some real ones. If you want to learn how to do some stuff, check out my Patreon. I have more tutorials, how to, and behind the scenes over there. If there's something you want to learn, man, just shoot your boy a DM and we can go from there, you know what I'm saying? If you like the video, please like it and share it with all your homie and homettes. Until next video, guys, remember, everything deserves a little color. Peace.